Hi there, it's Kalymnios from the Thought Gym and welcome to today's class, which is going to be a quick 10-minute hips class. So you're not going to need much. Maybe you might need a book or a block to support yourself a bit later, but generally speaking you shouldn't need anything. We're going to start straight away on the mat here with our body in tabletop position. So our hands are roughly underneath our shoulders with our index finger or middle finger pointing forward. I prefer to have my index finger pointing forward. Fingers nice and spread as if we're going into a downward dog. Elbow creases rotated forward or biceps rotated forward. Knees are nicely underneath the hips, toes are tucked. That's going to allow us, we're going to press through the back of our palms here rather than our wrists. As we push through the back of the palms, we elevate the hips and we come into our downward facing dog. Having a little pedal through the feet here, keeping the knees nice and bent and bringing the head between the elbows or between the biceps, and just maybe even rocking from side to side as you lengthen one leg, bend the other one, just to give you a little bit of motion here. From here, inhale, right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale as you step that right leg through between the hands. If the foot doesn't go all the way and it only goes halfway, just help it the rest of the way with the hand, that's fine. From here, you're just going to rock forwards and backwards, pushing off the back foot, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Good. And from here, step back into downward facing dog. And then next one is left leg, inhale up towards the sky, and then exhale, step it through again. Help it the rest of the way if you need to, and then just rocking forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Opening up, good, and stepping back, downward facing dog, and again having a little pedal through the feet here, bringing the chest between or towards the thighs as you elevate the hips up towards the top corner of your room or the sky if you're outside, and rotating those elbow creases forward, pressing through the backs of the knuckles. From here, inhale, three-legged dog with the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step it through between the hands. From here, inhale brings you up into Crescent Lunge. Bringing the arms up, gaze up. Okay, from here we're going to tap the knee down. The left knee comes down. We're going to try not to move forward or backwards, but we're going to just be going up and down as we come down. 1, we come down. 2, we come down. 3, and back up. And come down now and release the knee all the way to the ground. From here you may want to tuck the mat if it's a little bit painful on your knee, so you can just bring the mat and double tuck, and then from here flatten the back foot and hands to the hips as you draw the weight forwards, bending that knee over the front ankle here, finding a stretch here. Chest can be nice and proud here as you allow the hips to move forwards in space. Okay, good. And then from there, tuck the back toes and inhale, Crescent Lunge. Exhale as you frame the front foot and step back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale as you step it through between the hands. Inhale brings you up into Crescent Lunge. And then exhale, we do that toe tap. So just make sure the left knee stays over the left ankle as you tap the right knee down. 1. Tap the knee down. 2. Tap the knee down. 3. And then tap the knee down and hold it down there. Flatten the back foot, maybe roll the mat if you need to. Hands to the hips. And then taking the hips through space so that we find a little bit of a stretch here. So letting those hips come forward, the front knee goes over the front ankle maybe, keeping the hips square so that you don't allow the right hip to pull back too much. Yeah, and then placing, so coming back into Crescent Lunge even. And then placing the hands either side of the front foot as you step back, downward facing dog here. having another little pedal through the feet as you wish. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right leg through one more time. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, we do the knee tap again. So coming down, that's 1. Coming down, that's 2. Coming down, and 3. And coming down and staying down on the 4th one. Again, tucking the toes. Now, before we just length forwards like this time what we're going to do is we're going to tuck that pelvis under. Okay, so instead of having a little arch in the lower spine, we're going to tuck the pelvis under and we're going to just lean forward that way. You should find that you barely go any distance before you feel something along your left hip flexor there. Good. Feeling that for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Tucking the back toe, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the right leg back. Good. Again, pedal through the feet here. And then inhale, left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands. Inhale brings you into crescent lunge. Exhale comes down to the knee for 1 and back up. Exhale down for 2. And then exhale down for 3 and back up. Exhale down for 4, release the back foot. And again, rather than just leaning forwards, we tuck the pelvis under. Okay, so we flatten that lower back and then we come forward. And then you'll find maybe that there's quite a stretch, quite an intense stretch along that right hip flexor without actually moving the weight forward or your body forward too much. Exhale. Good. Tucking the back toes. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale as you frame the front foot and step the right leg, left leg back even. Teachers always get confused with their left and right, especially when we ask people to mirror each other. Good. And from here, you're going to step the right leg outside of the right hand. You're going to step the left leg or the left foot outside of the left hand. Good. And we're going to come into a Yogi Squat. So keeping the knees tracking over the second toe of the feet. Hands come into maybe prayer position, elbows inside of the knees, bringing the knees out a little bit more. And then bringing the hips down as far as is comfortable for you. You may be up here, that's fine. You may be all the way down to the floor. You may be able to get your feet a little bit closer together, but generally speaking, you want it about hip width apart. Try not to round the spine too much, but do your best to straighten that lower back. And then stay here and close the eyes. Maybe start shifting the weight from left foot to right foot. Just seeing what that feels like in the hips, forward and backwards, forwards and backwards. Then from here, we're going to keep the prayer for now. We're going to slowly engage in the legs, start to rise up, rise up, rise up. Engage the glutes as you come onto your tippy toes. And then lift the hands up towards the sky, following the hands with the gaze. And then bringing the hands down into prayer position. Stay on the tippy toes if you can. And then slowly starting to lower the heels as you lower back down into your Yogi Squat as you started. And then from here, placing the hands onto the floor, stepping the left leg back, stepping the right leg back, coming back into a downward facing dog position. Okay, here's where you may need your blocks or your bricks if you wish. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky and exhale, step it outside of the right foot, the right hand even. From here, you may want your blocks or your bricks inside, just underneath your face. Lower the left knee towards the ground. If this is enough for you, this is where you're going to stay. If you've got the space to bring the elbows down onto the blocks or to the floor, you're going to bring maybe the outer elbow down and then the inner elbow down or the inner forearm down. And then that's where you may stay. If you feel that that's not enough for you, you want a little bit more, you can always lift the back knee or you can even come a little bit further to the ground. I'm not able to do this particular one, but you may bring your right shoulder underneath the knee, and you might even be able to get your entire body down onto the ground. That's definitely one for someone with open hips, if that's you. Okay, if you've got your foot elevated or your knee elevated, you may want to push forward and backwards. You may want to experiment with the foot position here. So my foot is kind of parallel with the mat, but you may want to turn the toes out slightly to 2 o'clock. You may want to put the right hand on the knee and just take a twist there as well. You may even want to start moving that foot forwards beyond the knee, so that there's a slight difference in that stretch, and you may feel something along the hamstring as well in that position. So just play around with the foot. You may even want to come onto the outer edge of that foot and see what that feels like for you. So I encourage you to experiment here, see what feels good, maybe try different positions. And then once you're done, come back into the starting foot position, press the hands down, lift the back knee, step the right leg back, and come back into downward facing dog. Left leg inhales up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot outside of the left hand. Okay, so for now we're going to have the foot parallel with the edge of the mat. We're going to lower the back knee. Here is where you'll stay. Maybe you want to rock forward and backwards just to open up into the hips a little bit. And then you're going to release the right forearm and maybe the left forearm onto your bricks or your blocks. Probably needed to drink more water today. I've got a bit of a dry throat. Okay, and then maybe you're going to lift that back knee. Maybe you're going to rock forward and backwards. Maybe you're going to turn the toes out to 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Maybe you're going to come onto the outer edge of that left foot. Maybe you put the left hand on the left knee and open up and twist. Maybe you creep that foot forwards a little bit. Instead, do whatever it is you want to do there. Once you're done with that, lifting the back knee, placing the hands back down onto the floor and stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going to flubber the lips as we exhale, so inhale deeply, keep the lips together and blow out the air through them. Good, and then step in or jump in towards the front of your mat, finding your way into a seat. And just to finish off, we'll do a nice little rocking the baby here. So we're going to take, you can either mirror me, you can take your left foot into your left hand. You can place the left hand underneath the calf muscle or wrapping it around the knee. I prefer it underneath it, and we're just going to simply rock forward and backwards. Keep this foot, the foot that is elevated into a flexed position, back nice and straight if you can. And then keep this supporting leg or the leg that's on the floor quite active as well. And as we open up here. Good. And then from there, stretching that leg out, bringing the opposite leg in. So in your case, maybe it's the right leg. In my case, it's the left leg if you're mirroring me. And then again, flexing that foot, rocking forwards and backwards, or clockwise, anti-clockwise, whatever it might be for you. This is really good after being at a desk all day. I like this one maybe at night. Good, and releasing. And from there we're going to roll back, happy baby. So bringing the back to the ground, bringing the knees in a little bit, soles of the feet to the sky, and then pulling the knees towards the sole, towards the earth as you grab the outer edge of the feet, soles of the feet facing the sky, and just maybe pulling one and the other. One and the other. I like to imagine that I'm holding on, you know, if you've got like a Swiss ball underneath your feet, but imagine that it's really heavy. So that's like weighs a couple of tons and it's pushing you down. pushing the hips open. Good. And from there, we're just going to extend into Shavasana, so bringing the feet to the corners of the mat, toes flopping open. Just take a 30-second quick Shavasana here, palms facing up to the sky. Nice, relaxed breath. Take nice one big deep inhale into the belly. Really inflate the belly, and then exhale, push it out by whichever means necessary, nose or mouth. Do that 2 more times. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale and relax. Let it all out. Allow thoughts to come and go. Releasing, relaxing. Starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rotating through the wrists, rotating through the ankles, taking it in the opposite direction as well. And stretching your feet and your hands over your head to the floor behind you, stretching the left side and the right side of your body out. And bringing your knees into your chest, hugging yourself tightly. Keeping your eyes closed, your attention inwards, but tell yourself something nice about yourself. Even if it's you allocated 10 minutes to a class, and then rolling over to either your left or your right, maybe into the fetal position, perhaps creating a pillow with the hands, keeping the eyes closed, your attention inwards as you come up to sitting on your mat in whichever way is comfortable for you. Bringing your hands into prayer position in front of the heart center, perhaps deciding to offer up this class to someone or something else beyond your classroom, your family, to the world, whatever it is. And then raising your prayer towards your third eye, your forehead, we ask that we may always seek the truth. Lowering the prayer towards our mouth or our throat chakra, we ask that we may always speak the truth. And finally, lowering our hands towards our heart center, we ask that we may always be in truth. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me along with this quick, I think it was about 10 minutes, hip opening. Maybe it was a bit slightly longer. Please do connect with me on social media. I'm The Thought Gym on all social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And on YouTube, there are hundreds of videos on mindset, resilience, health, well-being, yoga, personal development, success principles, and on and on and on it goes. So check out the YouTube channel for lots and lots of videos on that, or head to thethoughtgym.com and you can connect with me that way. Until I see you on the mat again, or live in person, or over the internet, I wish you a fantastic day, week, month, year, and lifetime. Namaste.